Ah, Microtech, how I love thee. I am a ship salvager, but I don't really like taking on contract salvaging missions, and scraping panels just doesn't feel the way the game should, if that makes any sense. Instead, I like cleaning up ships that are just laying around space stations and landing zones, and we'll be doing it with this thing of beauty right here. So first, let's hop on up here, and go ahead and get inside our ship, and do our daily squat. Ah, there. Gotta keep those legs limber. So basically what we're going to be doing is hanging out around Port Tressler to see if there's any abandoned ships that might need to be cleared out. Ooh, it looks like we have a nice sunrise coming up. Gonna be a real pretty view in a few minutes here. This right here, this is the real reason I play Star Citizen. We're gonna start off by doing some radar pings, just to see if there's any ships in the area that we can find. I'm not really seeing anything right now, so I'm gonna make a short hop to the planet to see if I can find anything closer. Sometimes people get disconnected while flying their ships into New Babbage, so this hop will hopefully show us something. I'll do a quick scan to see if there's anything in this area. Doesn't look like I'm picking anything up, so I'm going to jump back to Port Tressler. What this is going to do is it's going to reposition us in a slightly different location than from where we started, roughly about a few thousand kilometers. Hopefully something will pop up here. Oh, I see something to our left. Let's go check it out. Looks like we got ourselves a little Mustang. It's not super big, but it's better than nothing. I gotta slow down just a little bit. Now I can start making my approach. We gotta do it nice and slow like so we don't run into anything. Holy hand grenade, what the Sam Hill was that? Nearly took my head off. See, this is why we gotta keep the area clean, so that we don't get into accidents like this. Oh hey, that's the guy that buzzed me earlier. Don't worry about me, I'm just cleaning up the microtechs. Guy's been hovering around me like a helicopter. He's probably interested in what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is more than just scraping. You see, we're not just out here to make money, but to actually clean up the server. We're trying to do a service to the game by cleaning up all of the ships that are derelict so that the server doesn't start chugging every time we log in. Some people might find this a little bit boring, but I actually find it relaxing, so I like to do it. Oh dear. I guess we'll get that later. Wait, do you guys see that coming up on the bottom right? What is that? Maybe it was that dude. I don't want to bash on Consolidated Outland, but that's some pretty shoddy craftsmanship if you ask me. Wait, it is. Is he trying to get inside the ship? Sorry, buddy, this thing is inoperable. It ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's trying to accomplish. Looks like he's starting to leave. I don't think he accomplished what he was trying to do. I'm gonna switch into third person and keep an eye on him, just in case he tries to do something sneaky. I don't really want someone trying to get inside my ship while I'm not watching and do anything funny. Nah, looks like he's leaving. We're good. Yeah, honestly, don't know what he was trying to do. There's nobody yelling at me in chat about anything. Why are they talking about water heaters? Well, anyway. I went ahead and cut to the next stage so that we can just skip to the fracturing, just to kind of speed things up for you guys. But it looks like the power's still on, so we won't be able to start fracturing it until I soft death it. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Also, I just realized that it's possible that guy was trying to turn the ship off for us to save us the time on soft deathing it. That's very possible. We're getting pretty close now. And... ooh, Death Star explosion. Pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and wait until these pieces start moving, and then we'll get back to it. Whoa, wait. Look at that sunrise. It's so beautiful. See this right here? This is the real reason I play Star Citizen. And this is going to be my thumbnail. Alright, enough lollygagging. Back to work, you scallywags. What we're trying to do is get the highest possible percentage for the item that we're sucking up right here. As you can see, the 11%. The higher the number, the more materials you collect. This one's being a little difficult. I'm going to have to readjust my location. So another thing to remember is that certain pieces will have a different sweet spot for how high the percentage is. So you're going to have to try to move around until you find that. Looks like we can get about 14% extra for this one. The highest I've ever seen is 16, so I wouldn't try to worry about going any higher than that. And to be honest, when it comes to small pieces like this, they don't really provide very much construction material, so trying to get a higher percentage number really isn't going to land you that much more. Besides, we're here for quality, not quantity. Just gonna make sure real quick that we haven't left anything behind. Yeah, I think that's about it. Aw, man, so nice. This is the main reason why I like hanging around Microtech. Unfortunately, it's time to go and continue our journey. I'm gonna fire off a few more pings just to make sure we didn't miss anything, but I think that's all that was around here. Yeah, that ship's not something we can salvage. Not unless I want a crime stat. Nothing here, so I think I'm going to make another short jump. This time I'm going to... oh, I'm 1. I'm going to do a few radar pings here because sometimes ships get left in this area. Nope, nothing. Back to Port Tressler. This particular jump is going to relocate us entirely on a different side of Port Tressler. This will allow us to find things that we might not have been able to find before. As you can see, we're above the station now rather than below it. And what do you know? Something's already popped up on our radar. Whoop. Whoa, overcompensated. Alright, what are you? A Corsair? Let's heckin' go! Aw, they were kind enough to leave the back door open for us. Now we can get in and turn off the power without blasting it. Now we just mosey on over here all slow like. Don't want to break anything. And then I need to make sure I have my helmet on just in case. Yep, there it is. Oop, backpack. You always want to make sure your helmet's on before you go out into space. Now, the reason I'm coming in here like this is because the ship has its shield still on. It would take me way longer to blast this thing with my tiny little guns than it would take me to come in here, hopping into the pilot seat like this, and shutting off all the power like that. Perfect. Ooh, look at that. The view is so cool. Alrighty, back to my ship. Ooh, whoa, overshot that. Let's just try to come in a little bit slower here. Do my second squat of the day. Yeah, gotta keep those legs limber. Alright, let's get started, shall we? I don't think there's any other game that I've played that has this kind of functionality. I mean, look at this view. I'm going to shift these next few segments into time lapse so that it goes a little bit faster for us. Alright, we're onto the sides. It's taken us a while to get here, but this is the true test of a salvager. From here on out, it's all about perseverance, pressing forward, and going the distance. Wait, I just realized something. My ship is almost full, and I haven't even done the bottom half yet. Well, it's no use fretting about it now. We'll probably lose some construction material due to overfill, but that's okay. At least we won't be losing any RMC. Oh, we're full right now. Well, I guess we better go unload this. That's 12 SCU there, and we've got one in the chamber. See there, it's a split case, so it's not coming out. Alright, and with all that done, the next step is... I'm thirsty. I'm getting a drink. My wonderful green slop. Sweet serenity. Let's just put this away. Let's just put this away. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna go and unload these last few crates here because I think there's only like 4 or 5 left. Let's make sure my gun works. This shouldn't take very long. I just want to make sure that we make as much room as we can for when we slurp up the rest of the ship. I think there's only 2 more boxes left to pull out. Should be 1 right after this. Yeah, because then we have that split box. Even though the hard part's over, fracturing a Corsair is going to take a little bit of time, so I'll cut back to it when I'm finished. There we go. We're just gonna quickly slurp up this wing piece. And slurp up this wing piece. And this. Oh, you thought we were done with cargo? Those few wing and engine parts actually came out to 10 SCU. That's crazy. This ship is absolutely stuffed. The Corsair's main body segment is worth over 39 SCU. That's gonna way overfill us. And there you have it. That's a full Vulture, and now we're gonna go to New Babbage and sell all this stuff. Unloading all my cargo is going to take a while, so I'm going to do that off camera and then cut back to when I'm done. That was 36 SCU of cargo that we managed to shove inside my Vulture. Good, so now let's go shut up my Vulture and head down and sell everything. We came out with... Excuse me, rude. We came out with 22 SCU of construction materials and 14 SCU of RMC, which is pretty good. The construction material is only going to sell for about 48,000. That's not great, but that's not bad. The RMC is where we'll make the most money. Yeah, nearly 120,000. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty decent. All in all, we made 160,000 for about 1.5 hours worth of work. That's pretty good. Well guys, I want to thank you for joining me for this journey. If you made it this far, I think we did pretty good for today's work. And now I'm going to celebrate by eating this beautiful ice cream cone. Yeah, that's good. Oh god, brain freeze. What did I do?